Okay, last, let's talk about our polar climates, or E climates, at the extremes of the Earth and at high elevations. So these are our E climates. They're at the South Pole and North Pole. There's two different types here. One is just covered in ice, called an ice sheet, and the other is something called tundra. So this is an ice sheet climate here, and it is what it sounds like. It is literally covered in ice. Some places are not always covered in ice. They're cold, and they're called tundra, but they're not always covered in ice. And this is a climograph for a tundra environment, extremely cold in the winter, but also even cold in the summer. So what's missing? What vegetation is missing from here? Well, it's trees. Tundra are treeless because it's not warm enough in the summertime to promote tree growth. So if we look at our previous D climate, it was really cold in the winter, but it was fairly warm in the summer. But E climates are not warm enough in the summertime. So around 50 degrees is the temperature you need in the summer for trees to grow, and tundra don't reach that. And that's why they don't have trees. This is a tundra environment in Alaska. See, note the lack of trees. And an ice sheet climate in Antarctica. Now, one thing about cold climates I want to note is that you also find cold climates at high elevations. Where this happens, we call this a highland climate. This is where you have variations in temperature that are due to elevational differences rather than latitude. So if we look at mountain ranges like the Sierra Nevada or the Rocky Mountains, you have different climate zones and vegetation zones as you move up in elevation, even if you're at the same latitude. This shows the distribution of highland climates, and they coincide with high mountain ranges like the Andes Mountains, the Himalayas, or even the Sierra Nevada. As you move up in elevation, it gets colder and the environment changes. You can have combinations of different other climate types. The deciduous forest would be associated with the C climate. But as you move up, you get into a D climate, and then even into a E climate, into tundra and even ice-covered environments.